Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I am back. We are at it again, you guys, for another online marketing session. If you don't know, I do these sessions live and not in person, but live online for you guys every week. And I really take the time to just really talk to all of our business owners, entrepreneurs, and we take the time to really dive into different marketing strategies that can, that can really enhance our business, right? We start our business, we are launching so many different ideas, and I think that it is so important that we take the time to really know effective marketing, okay? Because we're not in the business of really burnout. We're not in the business of burnout. So this is the time where we get together and really strategize, talk about different ways to really enhance our visibility online, be more effective with the people that are actually looking for what we do. How can we really nurture them? What are the systems in place? How can we reach our target audience? So I take the time to really dive into those things, lay out strategies, lay out step by step what we need to do in order to just grow our online presence. Anytime someone starts a business, we are marketers first. And I'm just going to keep saying that because I came across that in one of my teachings that I came across and studying and different things like that. But you are a marketer first. And if you are not marketing your business, how are people going to know about what you do? So a lot of times we get very excited. We have a business idea. We're like, yeah, I'm going to launch that. I'm sketching my ideas out. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to plan this event. I'm going to plan this grand opening. And it's like, okay, well, how are people going to know about it? And when people know about it, how are you going to nurture them to remind them about your event or remind them about that product or that book or that, that item that you have that you're launching and dropping? So come on in. We are taking time to talk about the importance of visibility online. Whether you have been in business for many years or you are even just thinking about starting a business, I believe that these weekly marketing sessions will be able to really benefit you no matter where you are in your business entrepreneurial journey. You can get into these strategy sessions online and really grab a lot of value and insight to even implement. I try to make sure that I give the tangible steps that can be very cost efficient, like whether it's free options for marketing tools all the way to, paid tools and software that you can really implement when marketing your business. So if you have come across this video, really make sure that you take a book, notepad, and take some notes. But today I'm really going to talk about the importance of online visibility and how to really do it and the effects of not having an online presence for your business, right? A lot of times we are used to getting our boots on the ground, going to networking events. A lot of people may take time to, like myself, as entrepreneurs, we always look for opportunity to connect with people. We may go out, we go to an event, we put on events, all to bring people together because we know that we have a service or a product that can benefit the community, right? But when you do not have an online presence, it can be very detrimental to your business overall. We are in a digital age where the first thing we do, you guys, we go search people online. When we meet new people, it's our first impression, whether it's your website, whether it's your social media. And I oftentimes try to remind any business owner that I connect with and talk to that it's super important to separate, if you can, having a personal profile and a business profile. It's good to have a balance on your personal page to show what your business is and what you do, but you want to have a separate page, its own landing site, social media platform where you're posting the events, the information, tools, tips, how-tos, anything that is going on in your business, you want to have a place where someone who may be intrigued about what it is that you do, they can find that page and really just do their own due diligence. People want to do their research. People want to, scope out and see what it is that you're really about. So without having a page, people may go to your personal profile and maybe scrolling through your personal, through your, your traveling. And that's cool too, because they get to see you. But when it comes to your business, you really want to make sure that that your audience know that you are out here really making a difference. So it's all about how you balance it out. I'm not saying that it's not effective if you have only a personal page, because people brand themselves. So we could talk about that too, So it's just all about how to really strategize for your business and whatever works best for you. But going into the visibility online, right? A lot of times all that we have is our personal page. So let's just start there, right? We have maybe our personal page on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. We have these personal pages, and a lot of times it can be very, a mixture of your personal and your business. But when it comes to whatever industry you're in, you really want to take the time to study your target audience. That is like really step one when it comes to marketing, because when you have your business idea, you have your products, you have your clothing line, you have that service that you provide, whatever it is, you really want to make sure that you're clear on your ideal client. You want to make sure that you're clear on your ideal customer, so that you are clear and direct on who and what you're talking about, right? Who you're talking to and what you're talking about. And when you have it, even like in real estate, they have like a profile for they know what their profile buyer would be. They know what the person that would invest in a certain area, they know what they would be looking for, what they would normally be purchasing, their budget. So, when you think about your business, you got to take time to really, really make sure you know who your target audience and your ideal client is. Who is that one person that you're like, yes, you are the person, they get you, they get the service, they need it, and they will love to work with you, right? So that's really, really, really step one, making sure that you know who you're talking to. Sometimes people may have their social media, they're posting, they're very consistent, and they may not see anything, right? They may okay, I've been posting and I'm not really seeing no results. Always start with, this is for the long haul. This is the build up to the momentum, but don't give up. Don't get weary in well doing, right? Because it's all about maybe just reevaluating. If you are finding yourself posting and, trying to get into increasing your online presence with your social media for your businesses, you really want to take the time out to analyze what it is that you're posting. I've talked about this in many different videos, but you don't want to waste your time, paying for ads that may not be something that your audience is currently looking for, right? We may, have now, the social media pages, they actually encourage you to boost maybe this post. They'll say, you may see like a message in your notifications, and they'll say, hey, this post did really good. Do you want to boost it, right? That's just like a little signal on really how to market your business. You don't want to just push out a video and say, okay, we're having this event. Let's, just push out this video. You want to make sure that you have context in the content that you're pushing. Okay. And when I mean context, you want to have value. You want to make sure that you're actually solving a problem that your current client proposed, or ideal client, or your target audience, who that person is that would you would love to have as a client. Who is that person that you would love to have as a customer? What do they want right now? And there's many different websites and tools to research to create data-driven content. So that just gives you a little bit more strategy with your planning for your business. And I talk about many different ways. I love I'm thinking about doing something in the future, but not to go into that. I really enjoy getting one-on-one, because when I sit down with different business owners, you can really, really hone in on your target audience and what they're currently researching, looking for, and what problem does your product or your business solve for them, right? I've said this before, it can be a hard pill to swallow, but when it comes to online visibility, you want to make sure that you are stopping the scroll. Okay. And what I mean by stopping the scroll, whether it's emails or whether it's social media, you want to stop the scroll, right? So there's ways to really, really grab your audience attention, right? So when you have, of course, your business, you're passionate, you want to share like why you're starting your business, and that's great. But most of the times people want to just know what's in it for me. Okay. So when you think about making your content, you really just want to make sure that you are keeping that person, your audience in mind, and not so much of yourself, not so much of your own personal journey. I promise you, you guys, if you make the pivot of, simply talking about what you've done or how passionate you are, you can, of course, mention that. And these things can be laid out on landing pages. This stuff can be laid out on websites. So that's a whole nother topic. But when you're pushing out your content, you want to grab people's attention. You want to stop the scroll by hitting something like, man, were they in my house this morning? Because I know I was just thinking about how can I fix X, Y, and Z. I was just thinking about this rough patch on my skin that I need to take care of. And you have a skin care product. You know what I mean? You want to solve a problem. So with that being said, if you really want to grow your business online, start with making sure that you are answering problems. You are solving problems and getting straight to the point, giving them something that they can really walk away with. Don't be afraid to give the free gems. People say no gatekeeping. They say that. No gatekeeping over here, so don't be afraid to give out the tips, the how-tos, the strategies that you have implemented yourself, strategies that you have helped others implement and that gave them results. You know what I mean? So there's ways to really, really build up your business and just create that brand and business awareness. Okay. Ultimately, if people do not know what it is that you do, how can they ever contact or reach out to you? If I don't know that you're in a certain industry, I would not know to reach out to you when the time comes and I'm like, hey, yeah, I want to reach out to them because I've seen them do something that I really, really liked on social media, right? So if you have been struggling with getting on social media, I'm here to encourage you that you can do it. You just have to take the time to really take a pause and really map out your strategy and be intentional with what you're posting. Okay. We are at the last quarter of this year already. So it's all about ending strong, even building up the momentum for the beginning of the year in 2026. How are we going to build up the momentum in this last quarter? It is a great time to really engage. You'll see many different businesses, putting on sales, the holidays, festive, type of events. You get people together, people come out. This is the time to speak about your business. Really get out there and just talk about what it is that you do. Really let people know that you're out here and that you're solving a problem that you know that they can benefit from. Okay. Ultimately, the online presence, it brings that awareness to what your business is doing in the community. All right. So making sure I've talked about, I have, of course, my notes, but the main points that I really wanted to make sure I talked about was making sure you're identifying your target audience, being clear, because a lot of times you can, try the social media thing and you're posting, you're doing what they say to do, but maybe it's not working. Maybe you're not seeing engagement. Maybe you're not seeing results. Maybe people aren't really taking the time to watch, or whatever the case may be. You really want to take the time to realize what it is that you're posting and how can you make it better so that your audience may take the time to, maybe engage, like it, or, share it, repost it. That is all engagement and that all matters. Okay. So you really just want to share your content that will really identify your audience can identify with it. Okay. So even if you have a limited budget, you can still market your business. This may be one of the key things that people may feel that could hold them back. But I'm here to share with you guys, there are so many free tools that you really just maximize on, and really just starting with the social media platforms in itself. When it comes to the ChatGPT, we all know it, the AI softwares, all of these softwares have an option for free use. So even when it comes to Canva, you have an option to create different things for free. If you need to really keep track and want to schedule your social media content, take advantage of that. Like, if you are really serious about building online presence, there are so many tools that you could be completely missing out on because simply you haven't utilized it at all. You know, you may have a phone, right? We may have our iPhones, and it's like a feature that you never knew you could do, right? Like hold on, I could do this with my iPhone, and I had this whole time. Social media may have that for you too. So when it comes to really maximizing on your social media, you don't have to burn out. You can schedule your posts. You can, make sure that you plan out your whole week, and then you're good to go. So really don't let the budget of marketing overwhelm you. And even when you come together with a marketer like myself, right? If you come to someone that is really, knowledgeable about social media management, online marketing, email marketing, just start where you are, right? That's plain and simple, right? So don't overwhelm yourself, and don't overwhelm yourself with trying to manage every single platform. I'm here to just put that out there. You do not have to be on every single platform, okay? It's all about taking that time, like I mentioned earlier. You want to know who your ideal client is and what platform do they use the most, right? It goes back to knowing who you're talking to so that you can reach the people that are looking for what you do. You're able to, when you know who you're talking to, your content will be pushed to the individuals who may have searched in their, the internet browser, or their Google or whatever, right? That's how the internet works, right? I'm not going to go into all trying to keep it up with the algorithm and all that stuff, but you do want to take the time to really understand your ideal client, because certain platforms host different groups of people. So when you have that clarity, you can manage 1 to 2 platforms and just go in and start there, right? And build upon that, build landing pages upon that, build different business pages and groups and communities upon that. So I'm here to just really remind everybody, you do not have to manage and master and grow all platforms at once. Just start with 1 or 2, and you have to know where your audience is really engaging and involved in whatever platform you choose. All right. Now, content creation block. All right. I talked about this a little bit in some of my videos, but when you think about creating content, do you feel like you just go blank for your business? Like, do you really feel like, I know I need to create content, but I just don't know what to create? Like, do you ever have that thought? I'm here to tell you, when you understand, here's the thing. When you understand who you're talking to and the problems that they are facing in regards to your specific industry, all you have to do is create content that your business, in a way that shows that your business is that solution, that your business can really help them, and even giving them tips to actually take away to implement, right? So if you are stuck, like, just create how-to videos. Like, you see so many how-to videos, and you may find someone on your, on your social media while you're scrolling, and they're showing how to do your backyard, start a garden, right? And you may see that their page is full of how-tos. You may give them a follow because you're like, okay, I can expect that they're going to give me a lot of how-tos on how to fix up my backyard, how to start a garden. So when you really, people say niche. niche down, just narrow down who you're talking to and what problem you're solving, what your business is solving. I don't care if you have a clothing line. I don't care if you have skincare products. You are solving a problem. You just have to identify that and then create the content on that. Right? You don't want to really talk about, how long you've been in the business and what problem are you solving for me, and make that content. So don't be so stressed out on perfection. Do not be, I have to be here. I got to have this set up. I got to do this. I got to look this way. You just get up there. Like, consistency beats the perfection every single time. Okay. So really make sure that you're talking about your business, what you have going on, and what people can expect from you. Okay. So when you take the time to increase, you made the decision that you want to build up your online presence and really show people what it is that you do. You really want to have strategy, and you want to be intentional about what it is that you do. If you are in the process of really bringing everything together, whether it's hiring on an assistant, right? You want to make sure that your assistant knows what it is for your online marketing. And some people may look into social media management and things like that, creating a website. Some people want to make sure that they have that website so that outside of the social media, you can go to a place and really see what it is that they're doing, right? And that is always good. So no matter what phase you are in your business, you really want to make sure that you know what you're intentional about for this season. We're going to talk about this last quarter. We're just going to talk about this last quarter because we're at the end of the year, and we can take this time to build up momentum to have an amazing, skyrocketing 2026, right? But it all starts with strategy. And I believe that if you take the time to know who you're talking to, be consistent on your social media. You don't have to post 7 days a week, but post something, okay? You don't have to post 7 days a week, but you could post something and people will get the message, right? People will understand that I'm putting out value. I'm going to pop up start where you want to start, but start to talk. And I'm a firm believer that any business that the Lord places on us as his children, that we have to do well and steward it well. So we cannot remain silent in our assignment. Okay, so this quarter, let's make a decision to grow our online visibility. And the way to do that is by becoming more consistent with talking about the how-tos, the demonstrations, the insight, the information that people need. They're looking for what it is that we do. But unless they can find us online and maybe run into us one day, right, they will never be able to reach us. So we have to make it very easy and simple for people to get in contact with us online. And you really want to make sure that everything is in unison across the board. Very, very easy for your audience. And, that's how you will build your brand awareness. That's how you will get the word out there that, okay, you're in real estate. Okay, so when I'm looking to, start investing, then I know to come to you, right? Listen, you guys, people just need to know who's doing what in these days. Okay. So speak about your business, talk about the information and how it can benefit me as your audience, right? The person that is watching your video, how is it going to benefit me? Okay. So I am going to wrap up here, you guys. I am super excited. I do want to mention that I am still going strong with this offer. I have a marketing package that I'm doing for business owners and business partners, like business teams. If you are interested in growing your visibility online, having marketing strategies, having your numbers laid out for you to see what's working, to see what's not working, and just to really get clarity for your business, just to get a jump start, the first month of the marketing package that I have is $150 off. All right. So that is still up for grabs, but it's for a limited time only. If you're looking to grow your visibility online, you want to get out there, go to anointedshutters.com, sign up and get registered, and we'll have a free consultation, right? We'll talk and discuss what business you have, what your goals are for about 30 minutes. And if you're ready to get started, we can take it from there. So until next time, you guys, market well, speak out, get the word out there, and really market your business. I'll talk with you guys another time. See you later. Bye.